I am finally back to do another update for Lord of the Rings. I was waiting for my friend to catch up with me, and she finally did and overshot me. So now I'm playing a little bit of catch up, so the next few chapters I'm good to go. Now, the chapter that I just read was The Mirror of Galadriel. The characters are all still in Lothlorien, still pretty slow going, and I'm just kind of checking my watch. Even Sam at one point says about Lothlorien that, oh, well, not much seems to happen here, and that seems to be just the way that the elves like it. And I'm just like, I know, Sam, I'm bored too. But anyway, out of nowhere, just as Sam is saying this, comes Galadriel, and she's just like, I bet you're glad to see me. And then she's just like, hey guys, want to see some spoilers about Lord of the Rings? And they're just like, yeah, sure, we want to see how the story's gonna wrap up here. So she takes them to the Mirror of Galadriel and basically shows them some spoiler alert, this is what's gonna happen down the road, but in a way that's kind of mysterious and leaves you wondering about what's gonna happen. Although if you've read it, you're like, oh, there's the Scouring of the Shire, oh, there's Gandalf returning, oh, you can easily recognize every beat that's laid out for the hobbits as they stare into their possible future. And then, there's another point with Galadriel where she stares into the eyes of each of the Fellowship in turn and kind of like lays bare their inner motivations and turmoil. And Boromir, interestingly, thinks that this is all some kind of ruse by the evil witch of the forest and demands to know specifically what Frodo saw, which is totally normal. I trust Boromir for sure. So, needless to say, the chapter is quite slow except for the parts with Galadriel. That's easily the most interesting bits. Other characters can obviously tell that that's the case as well, especially Gimli, who apparently likes older women because he starts flirting with this ancient elven sorceress the instant he sees her, basically. There's some other funny moments where, for example, Legolas says, oh, we didn't mention that Gandalf had died to Celeborn because, we were just so enchanted by the forest and the grief was too near. And I'm like, really? You were enchanted by the beauty? You mean like when you were led around blindfolded for hours? I don't think that that's intended to be funny. But it got a chuckle out of me, and I will take it because, like I said, for the most part, this is still the falling action from the climax in Moria, so it's kind of slow going, one of the slower parts in Fellowship of the Ring, but we're almost done with it. They're about to leave Lothlorien, and I'm very happy about that. The stuff with Galadriel was interesting, obviously, and I'm eager to get back into things and read and update more Lord of the Rings videos, so stay tuned for that.